Hi guys, this is Miss Rankin and welcome to Art Starters. So today what we're going to work on is the principles of design, and we're focusing today on pattern. So pattern is one of my faves, and today we're going to be using pattern. And pattern is repeated elements of shape, line, and color. We're going to be making a patterned fruit bowl. So check this out. I think you guys will really like it. This is a fun activity. I saw it online. And you know, sometimes it's great to scroll and see other ideas. And I thought this was a wonderful way to create idea, emphasis, and the difference in pattern. So we're going to separate the fruit bowl by adding color to the fruit bowl and the fruit. The fruit are going to be left solid, so they're not going to have a pattern on them. The fruit bowl can be very intricate, and it should have several different sections, which I'll show you in a second. And then the background is going to be very simple with a line for the table. And then the background we're going to break into sections, and we're going to create different types of black and white patterns for this. So I'm going to sit this over to the side and give us some working space. You're going to start with a few things. You're going to need a thin line Sharpie, a thick Sharpie, and some markers for this project. I'm just going to jump right in. Fruit bowls are really cool. They're all different shapes and sizes. So as you start, you're going to start with the edging of your fruit bowl. And remember that sometimes fruit hang over the fruit bowl. So I'm going to have maybe a few grapes falling over the side of the fruit bowl here. Have them going into the fruit bowl so it looks kind of cool. And there's their little grape stalk with grapes. Also have these swirlies. So this is going to kind of be a whimsical design. And then I'm also going to put a few bananas hanging over the edge of the fruit bowl. This is a form or overlapping. So I want to make sure and leave room for them. So, you know, you can start drawing in Sharpie if you'd like to, or if you would rather start in pencil so that you can get the fruit and the overlapping in there in a healthy way, you know, you could do that as well. Okay, so I'm just starting by making some fruit in my fruit bowl, and I think I'm going to put maybe over here, I'd love to have maybe 2 little lemons going on in there. Let's put an orange right here. And oranges have that little kind of dotty thing. And let's put a big old cute apple with maybe a leaf on it. And maybe another apple behind it. So you're making this up as you go along. And then perhaps I would love to have like one of those cool pears sticking off. Maybe I'll put 2 pears in here. I'm just going crazy with it. Okay, so I have my fruit bowl and my fruit. And the next thing I'm going to do is to break my fruit bowl into sections. I just really feel like I want these grapes to happen over here. So I'm going to make them. Okay, so the fruit bowl is in sections. And I want you to look at this one for a minute. See how I have different section and layers, and they're all a little bit different. The first one I'm going to make kind of triangular. And you want this to be kind of cattywampus, which is a really crazy word, but I'm doing different shapes for the base of my fruit bowl. No wrong way to do this. And then I'm going to put the base on the fruit bowl. Alright, so I've got this going so far. I might put a type of a lip here. And then how about go ahead and put my background in. And I'm going to make my background a little off-centered because this is going to be kind of a crazy groovy type thing. Alright, so from here I'm going to go ahead, and if you look at this, how I have sectioned off the area, you can section it off however you want to. It's going to look a little busy in the background, but I'm going to go ahead and break it into sections. Okay, so I've broken it down into sections because these are going to be different patterns in each one of these squares. And from here, I'm going to begin making my patterning, and again, I'm looking at this as my guide, and I can even do it like this to help you guys be able to see. You can make any repeated patterns now that you want, so I'm just going to start by making different patterns along the edge of my fruit bowl. And you would go in and do this along the entire vastness of the fruit bowl. And you have the opportunity here for a lot of color, so that makes me very happy. I'm going to go in here and put a pattern in along the edge. And maybe I'll do another type of pattern here. And this is kind of like one of those things with the Zentangle where you just start creating and it just happens. Alright, so you would go and continue on with this. I'm going to zoom in just a hair, just in case you can't see well. And then the whole series, along the whole edge of my fruit bowl, I'm going to start by varying the designs. You want to try to get away from your basic stripes and zigzags if you can help it. Whatever you do, repeat, repeat, repeat. Alright? And I kind of like this whole circle thing going on here. And then again, maybe do some long shapes. There are no rules with your patterns, guys, except for I want you to have fun with this because this is a great picture. Alright, so got the patterns coming off. They can be as intricate and detailed. The cooler your patterns are, the more color you can add to them when you're finished. I'm kind of hurrying because I don't want to take up your whole entire day. I just want to give you an idea. Alright, so I've got this going on so far, and the next thing I'm going to do, oh, I forgot one. Maybe I will do just some straps. Okay, so the next thing is your background, and I'm just going to come off of this with long stripe marks like it's coming towards you. And you could make up different patterns. So for each one of these backgrounds, you're now going to create patterns here too. The only difference with these patterns is you're going to leave them black and white. So when you finish them, you're going to not add color to them, but just the black of the Sharpie. Alright, so I think I have enough going on with this for you to understand. So the next thing you would do, just so you know, is if I was coloring this, I'm just going to color one section of each. So for this one right here, I'm going to color it in real fast by doing the black and white. Remember, your background is going to stay black and white. And this is an off-white paper, so it's more like a beige and black because I'm out of bright white paper, and this works just fine. Alright, so I would color these in. I'm using a pretty thick Sharpie for this. They work the best. Sharpies for president, for sure, would be. It's my political statement for the day. Sharpies for president. Okay, so, and then I would include this one right here, and then this section, as far as I can tell, would be completed unless I wanted to go back in and make it even more detailed. I could add some dots around here if I felt like it, and I feel like it, so I am. Remember, I'm keeping them in somewhat of a pattern. Okay, alright, I'm done with that. I'm putting it down now. The next thing I would do is I would color in the fruit. And remember, I told you that the fruit's going to be solid. So solid colors for the fruit, no designs on them. We want them to kind of maintain and hold their own. So you would just color in the fruit whatever colors you want. I'm just going to color in this apple just to kind of get you started, to show you what we're doing here. So you're coloring in your fruit. If you color with the side of your marker and color one direction, you will not have any streakies in your artwork, and it'll look nice and neat. And then you can, when you are finished with your project, you can look at your rubric and be like, hey, I scored high on neatness, and the reason why is because you're very careful to color one direction. There's a key purpose in that. Okay, and last but not least, aren't you glad I didn't leave him out? The orange. That was a pretty pitiful attempt at a joke. I do have a joke for you while we're doing this. This is what one of my students told me the other day. I thought it was funny. It made me laugh. She said, did you hear about the guy that fell in the well? And I was like, nope. And she said, well, he didn't see that well. Yeah, no. Anyway, all right, so coloring in the fruit. Now the last thing you're going to do is begin with the pattern, and this is where you're going to get funky. You're going to go in with all kinds of crazy colors here. Like I got some lime green, then I'm going to go back in with the yellow. When I'm finished with the yellow, I can go back in with whatever I want to. Oh, I'm leaving this guy out. It's blending in. You know, there's a reason why I have glasses. There's another reason why I should wear them when I'm doing demos, so I can actually see what I'm doing. This is probably all out of line. I know that is, but anyway, we're working quickly here, you know. I'm on the clock. Okay, so anyway, this is enough information. Again, we are creating our fruit bowl. Da-da-da! With the use of pattern today. And again, we are using the principles of design for this project. And bam, that's the one we're focusing on right there. So this is Miss Rinkin. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and happy drawing, guys.